Thank you all. Been asked a lot by a lot of people about my reaction to the revelation of the text messages. And politics aside, just to speak to you as a human being, you have to be coming from an incredibly dark place to say what you said, not about a stranger, about a colleague, someone that you have served with, someone that you have worked with. I've said that my role as Attorney General is to be the people's protector. One of my main jobs is to stop violence. I can't imagine now that we're even debating an opponent that has advocated for violence. The job of the Attorney General is unique among the 3 statewide jobs we elect. It is the Chief Law Enforcement Officer of Virginia, and law enforcement must always be neutral and nonpartisan. It must be done with character and integrity. This is the only way every Virginian can trust that they are safe. Jay Jones has proven by his actions that he is reckless, he is biased, he is willing to trade his integrity away. Jay Jones has disqualified himself as a potential Attorney General of Virginia. Before this last week, we all knew Jay Jones' record, his soft policies on criminal justice that put the lives of ordinary Virginians at risk. But now, he's also made no secret about his radical understanding of power. Jay Jones wished for the violent death of the Speaker of the House of Delegates. And he said he wanted not 1, but 2 bullets for the Speaker, Todd Gilbert. That conduct is disqualifying. Jay Jones fantasized about the Speaker's children dying in their mother's arms, and when he was confronted at how despicable it was, he doubled down. And he said that kind of grief and pain would be a good thing. That conduct is disqualifying. What's shocking for me is Jay Jones knows Todd's children. All of us have. We served in that body. We've seen them run and laugh and play in the offices and the hallways of the General Assembly building. The idea that you could picture their children in the mind and wish them dead, that conduct is disqualifying. And he said it would be worth it for these children to die to advance his political views. As a father, I have to conclude, perhaps Jay Jones thinks it would be a good idea if my own children would die in advance of his political views. If you're a Virginia mother, are you sure Jay Jones wants safety for their children? His text messages, his phone calls, and his words prove that he condones violence, advocates for violence in a way that I simply do not understand. More like he doesn't understand. I've been a prosecutor, and I've been obviously serving as Attorney General. I've met quietly, one-on-one, with victims. There is no cry like the cry of a mother that had lost her child. None. To make these comments in this manner is indeed disqualifying. And if Jay Jones wins, no Virginian can trust that Jay Jones will enforce the law fairly and equally. He has proven he does not have the heart to protect his own political opponents from harm. I'm the people's protector, which means my view is I protect all Virginians, regardless of their political affiliation, regardless of whether they're as a Republican or a Democrat or independent. People that like me, love me, and indeed even hate me. My job is to continue to be their shield. We know that the person who believes the things that Jay Jones wrote and said these things cannot serve as the top law enforcement officer in Virginia. Jay Jones says he wants to take full accountability for his actions. But the only way to hold Jay Jones accountable is to deny him the reward of the office of the Attorney General. Prior to this week's election, the election for Attorney General was about candidates and their policies, public safety versus soft on crime policies. Now, this election is about what kind of society does Virginia want. Violence has no place in politics, and we have seen the last few weeks that there are indeed deranged lunatics who will take their cues from violent rhetoric that they read and hear. We saw it in the Charlie Kirk murder. We saw it in the shooting of Steve Scalise, which happened here in Virginia. None of us should in any way tolerate a Virginia where those somehow condone political assassination. Certainly not from the top cop in our state. When someone says who they are, believe them. Part of what is remarkable for me is the exchange that he had with Delegate Cornier, where she called him out and said, this is not acceptable behavior. And rather than apologize, he doubled down, in which he said, you were talking about hoping Jennifer Gilbert's children would die, and his response was, yes. I've told you before, only when people feel pain personally do they move on policy. I don't accept his apology. I don't accept his apology because he had a chance then to apologize. Jay Jones is sorry only after it made the news. Jay Jones regrets it only after it has endangered his campaign. Jay Jones said he would take it back only because that's what he needs to do to try to stay on this ticket. He doubled down on the behavior when he was called out. Virginians want to move forward together, but we can't do that with politics of hatred and division. If you're someone who believes wishing death upon a child, vote for Jay Jones. If you believe it's worth the death of children to advance your politics, vote for my opponent. If you want to give a green light to violent lunatics that vote, then vote for my opponent. As an Attorney General, I took an oath to protect every Virginian, regardless of their political affiliation, R or D or independent. It's a sworn duty. It's one I took on July 15th of 2022 in front of my own family. It's a duty that I have sworn to effect every day in Virginia. As the top law enforcement officer, because I've said Virginian safety has always been my own mission, my number one mission. And now the people of Virginia will have to decide if Jay Jones is to be rewarded or if he will be held accountable. I trust the people of Virginia. Thank you. I'll take a few questions.
Is it irresponsible to campaign on Jones's words given recent political violence? And by campaigning on that inflammatory rhetoric, are you not, amplifying that rhetoric?
He is applying for a job. He is applying for one of the most important jobs in all of government, which is to be the top law enforcement officer of the state, which means he's applying for a job where every day, as Attorney General, I deal with criminal cases. I deal with cases in which sometimes involving horrific acts of violence. I could think of few things more disqualifying that somehow say over a political difference, you're seeking to be the top law enforcement officer in the entire state. And I think it is disqualifying. I think it is shameful.
Are you calling on him to